What is up, everybody? My name is Claude Racine. I am your host of The Claude Code, where I suffocate your bullshit so you can reclaim your life, live a life that you love living, that you are obsessed with, live a life full of joy, happiness, and all the desires that you desire. If you don't already follow me, please subscribe to my channel here. And you can also press the thumbs up button if you are back and you love this episode, hit that thumbs up button. Also, leave in the comments where you're tuning in from. And if you're listening to me on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, thank you so much for keeping my podcast alive. Make sure that if you get any value whatsoever out of this episode or any episode, that you share it with your friends, your family, and on your social media and such. Okay, let's dive in.
Welcome to the Cloud Code!
All right, so if you guys don't know, I am a functional nutritionist. After having my son almost 5 years ago, I had horrible, debilitating postpartum depression, anxiety. I gained 40 pounds, was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. And about a year and a half, 2 years after that, I stumbled upon functional nutrition. I lost 35 pounds and I reversed my autoimmune disease. And I got myself out of postpartum depression, anxiety, all without any meds whatsoever. So this is what I do. If you want to try my nutrition for free for 7 days, you can click the link in the description box below, and you can try my 7-day Debloat Meal Guide. It's completely free. It comes with a grocery list and 2 of my favorite recipes for you to try and see how you feel after 7 days of eating for health, eating to heal your body, eating to fuel your body. It's a game changer, like absolute game changer. This is what turned my life completely around. I was 40 years old living with my parents and I was broke as fuck. I was living there with them, with my husband, with my 2-year-old. And I was just in a bad spot. I was broke. And just simply taking care of my body, of my health, my nutrition, turned my entire life around. Like I went from being broke to a 7-figure business in, September 2021, a year. A year and a half. So anyways, let's dive into today's topic. It's one of my favorite ones. And this is something that's kind of like new in my realm. But I realized that once I was listening to it, I was like, oh, I've been applying this to my life. I just didn't know I was doing it. And that is focusing your way into success. So here's what I mean by that. Are you the type of person that's focusing on all the things that are going wrong? Do you complain? Do you criticize? Do you expect the worst? Do you expect problems? Do you focus on what's not happening? Do you focus on all the bad? And yes, I am mainly talking about, let's just say you have health goals. Now, this could be any goal, this could be anything, but the reason that you can't reach it, if you have a hard time reaching your goals, whether it's with health or financially or building a business or relationship, it's because you are focusing on the fact that it's not happening. You're focusing and complaining about how your life is because of, let's say, a certain meal plan you're on, or the foods you can't eat, or your body's not doing fast enough, or what you wish your body looked like. So if you're focusing on the problems, if you're focusing on all the things that you don't want to happen, you are creating more of those things. Therefore, you're focusing yourself into failure. You're focusing yourself to failure. And people think like failure doesn't just happen. It doesn't just fucking I failed and it was because of that, or it was because of that person. First of all, Your life, everything that's happening in it, whether you're reaching your goals or not, whether you're succeeding or not, is because of you. So step one, you got to go, whose fault is it where I'm at? Whose fault is it that I keep trying program after program after program after program and failing? It's not the program. It's not the coach. It is no one's fault but yours, because peep game, listen. If you got a coach that sucks, you attracted that coach to yourself. If you were not a vibrational, energetic match to a coach that sucks, they would have never came into your life to begin with. So it is always your fault, and your energy and where you're focusing on is what is attracting and manifesting everything in your life. So if you are constantly complaining about food and how hard it is to lose weight and how hard it is to get rid of the foods that your coach or your program is saying you should get rid of, if you're constantly focusing on the negative, you'll never get there. You'll never get there. The idea is to focus on everything that's going right. So often I hear my clients, I only dropped a pound. Only? What do you mean you only dropped a pound? A pound of fat is a lot. Celebrate. Focus on the good. Oh my God, I lost a pound. Woo! And oh my gosh, this food is so, I can feel how healthy it is. I can feel that it is healing my body, that it is balancing my hormones. It's cleaning out my gut. It's repairing my liver. I'm so fucking lucky that I have the choice to eat this food. And then you have to focus on your body responding to what you're doing, right? So my body knows what it's doing. Every cell in my body knows what to do with the food that I'm putting in it. My body is losing the fat. My body is building the muscle. My body is doing everything right. It is responding perfectly to what I'm doing for it. And if you focus on that and you focus on only the things that you want, eventually those things will manifest into the physical universe. Because everything that you see right now in front of you, if you're looking at yourself, your body, your situation, your finances, the car you drive, the health of your children, the health of your marriage, everything that you see is you've manifested the state of it. So that's old news. It's old news. Okay, I've manifested this. First, take responsibility. It is no one's fault. No one. Nothing. Because nothing can even remotely come close to you or be in your vicinity or in your life without you being an energetic match to it. People that, find their soulmate or never have a bad relationship, they're not lucky. They're just not an energetic match to that bullshit. So how do we not be an energetic match to the things we don't want? Well, we stop focusing on them. We stop thinking about them. And we focus on you have to be delusional. You have to create illusions of the body that you want, the weight loss that you want, the finances that you want, the car, the life. You have to constantly be in that space and focusing on that, because your mind can't tell between a current situation and one that you're thinking about in the future. It can't tell. It can't tell. It just knows you're thinking a thought. Doesn't know if it's real or not. If it's out here in reality or not. But if you wake up every day and you focus your thoughts on everything you want and say, my body is responding. My body is losing the weight. My body knows exactly what to do. My body is healthy. Disease, sickness is mental. You have agreed to say, I have a disease. And then you keep thinking that thought over and over and over and over and over again. And you believe you're sick. And then you think that thought over and over and over and over again. And now you have a chronic illness, because chronic illness is just a chronic thought that you keep thinking over and over and over and over and over again. Again, your thoughts are where your focus is. And you can either focus yourself into success or you can focus yourself into failure. Which one do you want? Now, with that said, if this were easy to do, you guys, well, we'd all be fucking nailing it. We'd all be gallivanting around living the life that we dream of, and it would just be easy because we'd be focused on that and not the shit. So obviously I say this, not in no way am I saying that it's easy. It's obviously programmed so deeply within us to focus on problems, to focus on what we don't have, to focus on what's not happening, to focus on lack. And then we go and we fucking chat about it with everybody. Oh, I just wish that my mother-in-law would this, and my body won't respond, and I'm sick, and I have this disease, and like it just won't lose weight, and my husband's a pain in the ass, and we just go and then we talk about our problems and we focus on them over and over and over, keeping them alive, giving them so much life and power. Therefore, focusing ourselves into failure. Now, the hard part about this is obviously it's much easier to focus on what is currently happening in front of you. You've got this body, you don't like it, it's overweight, and it's right there. So it's easy to focus on it and focus on the state that you are currently in. But the magic happens when you focus on what you want. And the woman who has lost 30, 40, 50 pounds, what kind of thoughts is she having? What kind of thoughts is she having? Not the ones you're having right now. She's focused on how good she feels. She's focused on how good she looks. She's focused on feeling fucking good and feeling happy because she's done it. And the magic and the trick is to think those thoughts and feel that way now so that you can manifest it. You have to be delusional. You have to create illusions of what you want and every day think about them and believe them as if they were happening right the fuck now. And that's how you focus yourself into success. And I say focus because it does take deliberate focus on what is going well, on what is working, on appreciation. I appreciate that I'm able to afford this program. I appreciate that I have the choice to eat this food. I appreciate that I'm safe and that I have a home and that I have lungs that work and legs that walk and 2 arms with hands that can grab things. Appreciate what is focus your thoughts on the abundance that is around you, of air, of sunshine, of people who love you. I had this crazy win or sort of aha moment when I was ice skating with my parents the other day. Yesterday. That was just yesterday. And I was like, wow, look at my life. Sure, there's all these things I could focus on that I don't have yet, that aren't happening yet. But I'm at the fucking ice skating rink with my husband, my son, my mom and dad who are 68 years old and can outskate anyone in that skating rink. And I'm like, what? This is incredible. How many people wish they had their parents, who, by the way, are still together 47 years of marriage, who wish they could have this relationship with their parents and just be able to call them up and be like, hey, let's go ice skating. We have to start focusing on what the fuck we have. It's right there in front of us, all this beauty and abundance and well-being. Stop focusing on illness and disease and saying things like, it runs in my family. The thoughts run in your family, nothing else. Everyone's talking about, we have diabetes, we have diabetes, we have diabetes. I guess I'm going to have diabetes. It runs in the family. Boom. You just manifested fucking diabetes for yourself. That's how powerful we are. So don't focus yourself into failure by continuing to believe negative things, by continuing to believe in illness and in suffering and in struggling and by continuing to focus on all the things that aren't happening fast enough for you, or on all the foods you can't eat or the foods you have to eat, or, oh, this is so annoying and blah, blah. Just take your focus and your finger off of those things and look for the good in every situation, because it's there. If the bad is there, the good is there. You're just choosing to focus on the bad because it gives you a reason to be right about what is going on currently in your life. Oh, well, that coach, she didn't know what she was doing. Well, why did you even attract a coach who didn't know what she was doing into your life? Your energy matters. So focus on things that make you feel fucking good, because the better your energy is, the better shit you manifest, the better things you attract. Get it? And focus. Every moment of the day, focus your thoughts on winning thoughts, on all the possibilities and the abundance and the well-being that surrounds you. Even if it's just one thing that's going right for you right now, like, my husband loves me and I love him, and gosh, I love this relationship. Focus on that. Focus on that. The one thing that when you think about it, it makes you feel good. It lights you up. And then when you get something that you get confronted with that you're like, oh, I'm going to complain about this, stop yourself. Go, how can I turn this complainy, ratty thought into an appreciative thought, a positive thought? It's all in your control. All of it. You're not a victim to thinking a thought. Nobody thinks thoughts for you. You do. Again, I will reiterate, this work is not easy because we're conditioned and programmed and have for so long just focused on problems. And then we go talk about them. And then we go to therapy. And then we talk about them more. And we give them more life and more power. Just stop. Stop talking about your problems. Stop focusing on them. Because you're just manifesting more. You have to disconnect from everything that you've been taught. From everything that you see other people doing. And when you get around your group of friends and all they want to do is vomit about everything that's not going right and complain about work and their boss and their marriage, get as far away as possible. But see, once you become better at focusing on the positive, you won't even attract conversations that go down negative rabbit holes of bullshit. You just won't. Your energy won't allow it. So raise your energy by focusing on what you have, on appreciating what you have, focusing on what you want, and believing that by you thinking about it and feeling good, that shit's gonna manifest. Just instead of putting on repeat shit that's not going right and problems, put on repeat some a loop of appreciativeness, of appreciation. All the time. If you have a hard time, just be like, okay, well, I appreciate my kids for being, loving and for like whatever it is. I appreciate that I'm not in the hospital. Like, there's a lot to appreciate if you just look around. If you just focus on the good things. They're there. They're there. All right, you guys. That's it for today's episode. It's a little longer than usual, but I love this topic. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you did, again, share it. Share it with your peeps. If you're here on my YouTube channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you like this episode. And once again, if you want to try my nutrition to at least get your body feeling better, you can try my free 7-day Debloat Meal Guide. The link is right down in the description, both on the podcast and my YouTube channel. And I look forward to seeing and hearing how you liked it. All right, you guys, I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.